What is going on, guys? Welcome to GregglesTV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back 1 week and to put 7 days of videos into one single video to make your life a little bit more simple and more enjoyable. And this week was tons of information and leaks on the Samsung Galaxy Note 10, Note 10 Pro. We know what it's going to look like this week. You're going to see that in this video. You're going to see when it's going to launch, the launch date for it, specs, all kinds of information about this. And there's other information as well during this week from the Galaxy S10 and OnePlus phone. It was a great week for tech news. So check this week out. Let me know what your favorite story is in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Let's get into the tech news. The first story of the day is if you're looking to buy an unlocked version of the Galaxy S10e, S10, or S10 Plus, you can save up to $200 currently at Best Buy, or up to $100 at the Samsung.com store. So you can save $100 on the S10e, or again up to $200 on the S10 and S10 Plus. Great deals for a fantastic phone. The phone is the fastest phone I've ever used. That's a Samsung phone. It's also got a great camera, awesome software tweaks and customizations that are built into it. Just an overall fantastic phone. My favorite phone of 2019 so far. Obviously it'll probably change, but right now it's definitely my favorite phone of 2019. And again, if you want to pick it up, it's linked down below. Next up, if you use WhatsApp and you have a Galaxy S10, yes, it's kind of like a Galaxy S10 day, you can actually use the wide angle camera. So all you're gonna do, and I don't really use WhatsApp, but I saw this article on sammobile.com. Basically, all you're gonna do is load up the app, so you're in the app, access the camera, so the camera's on inside the app, and then just on the bottom right, tap that, the camera app that switches from the front camera to the back camera, and every time you press it, it'll go to the front camera first or whatever, and then when you press it again, it'll go to the back camera, and then go back to the front camera, it's gonna go to the wide angle lens on the front camera, and then when you hit it again, it's gonna go into the back angle camera with the wide angle lens. So it basically alternates between the two cameras and also between the lenses every time you press that back button, or the camera button at the bottom right. Also, this also works in, I can't remember the app, is it Snapchat? I forget which, Viber. The same thing works in Viber as well, if you want to use your wide angle camera on there. So that's a cool little trick for you if you use WhatsApp and have a Galaxy S10 or S10 Plus. And the last story of the day is that the Cardinal Red Galaxy S10 and S10 Plus are coming out. Also, it'll come in the S10e variant. So if you're looking to get that phone, S10e variant, you should be able to get it. Looks like it's definitely coming out in that Cardinal Red, which is a beautiful color. Wish it had come out in the beginning. It would definitely have been a choice I would have considered. Looks like this color is probably only going to come out in Western European countries. So if you live anywhere else, you're probably not going to get this, or you're going to have to import it at that point. Is it going to work on all the networks that you need? Might not, so it might not be a good investment to put your money into, but regardless, it's coming in all three variants of the Galaxy S10 devices. Let's get into the tech news. The first story of the day is if you have a Galaxy S10 device and you're on the May update, you might remember you initially got the May update and maybe it was a little bit buggy, and then Samsung pulled that update back. Then they pushed out a second May update that fixed those issues where you were getting lagginess and apps weren't working correctly and the phone needed to be rebooted. Well, it looks like they're pushing out a third May update. So if you're on the May update, you most likely might end up getting a third May update that fixes some additional issues. I have not personally got it. The third update, I'll end up seeing if I end up doing. But if you're on the, so you might end up with 3 May updates if you're on the May update. If you're on the April update, you probably only get 1 update. Hopefully that makes sense. But regardless, don't be too confused if you end up getting 3 May updates at this point. Next up, if you've been wanting a Galaxy Home, which is the equivalent of a Google Home or an Amazon Echo or Apple's HomePod, which is basically just a smart speaker you can ask questions to, control your smart home with, play music off of. But you've probably been waiting for a release date. It's been I don't even know, a year, 2 years at this point. And it looks like finally the CEO of Samsung has come out and said that the Samsung Home will be released in Q3 of 2019, which is fantastic news. And it kind of makes sense at this point. They'll probably, if I had to guess, release this with the release of the Galaxy Note 10. Now, I would not be surprised one bit at all if one of the free gifts with the Galaxy Note 10 is a Samsung Galaxy Home. Not the big one that's gonna be out there, but the mini one that will probably be a lot less expensive. Maybe they'll give the regular size one, but I can see just to get the ball rolling on this device and hopefully getting people to actually want the device and getting it out there, I can see this being a free gift. I'm just making stuff up, obviously right now. I don't have any concrete information on that being a free gift, but I can totally see it happen. Samsung usually gives fairly good gifts when you get a Galaxy device, have it be the Note line or the S line. And again, Q3 release date for sure, we know that much. As for the free gift, I made it up, but I think it's a good idea. What do you guys think? Next up, it looks like we're getting our first look at the 45-watt charger that will come with the Galaxy Note 10. Now the Note 10 is supposed to have a 45-watt charger, which would be the fastest charger ever for a Samsung device. Currently 25-watt for the S10 5G is the fastest. This would be faster than that. And this charger is pretty fat, like just overall fat looking body. Obviously this charger specifically would not be the one that comes out in America. At least the bottom part wouldn't be, where you actually plug it into the wall. Ours look different than this, but the overall body itself definitely is what it would end up looking like for the new Galaxy Note 10. Again, fat, but why wouldn't, who cares? Big deal. It's gonna charge your devices that much faster. Basically, think about it, charging 3 times as fast as what you can with a regular S10 right now. So if it takes an hour and a half, it's gonna take what, about 30, 45, well, probably not 30 minutes, but maybe about 45 minutes, I would guess. 45 minutes to fully charge a phone. And the battery on that Galaxy Note 10 is supposed to be 4,500 milliamps. Our last story also is about the Galaxy Note 10, and it is about the Galaxy Note 10 5G popping up on the benchmark site and showing that it's gonna have a ceramic back, which, by the way, would match what I get with my Galaxy S10 Plus, the 12 gigabyte version of RAM. So it looks like that one will also come with 12 gigabytes of RAM with that phone, the best Note 10 Pro version that you could get. It'll also come with an 8 gigabyte version, and the benchmark scores for this device are kind of interesting, kinda for the most part. So the 12 gigabyte version had a Snapdragon processor, and the score on that one, 3529 for the single core and 10,840 for the multi-score. As for the one with 8 gigabytes of RAM, that had the Exynos 9820 processor on there, and that has single core score of 3557, which did beat the Qualcomm score, but it lost in multi-core at 9654. It also had only 8 gigs of RAM, but I still think it would lose regardless to the Snapdragon 855. Let's get into the tech news. The first story of the day is about the Galaxy S10 Cardinal Red. It is officially available in Europe. So check, if you're in Europe, check your local store or online or something to see if you can get this beautiful Cardinal Red. Again, I don't know if this is going to end up come out throughout the world. It might not. There is a green color as well available. That's not available worldwide, so the red's probably going to end up the same way, maybe. But right now it is available in Europe, so check your local store. And why not? Because guess what today is? Today is Happy Galaxy Day. This is the 10-year anniversary, and Samsung has some amazing deals going on right now on their Samsung store. Let's talk about these crazy deals. So right when you go to the store, you're gonna see right off the bat, Happy Galaxy Day. Galaxy is turning 10 and we're celebrating all month long with great offers for you. There's never been a better time to join the Galaxy family. Learn more below. So the first thing you're gonna get if you order a Galaxy S10e, S10, S10 Plus, S10 5G, or a Galaxy Note 9 by June 30th is 1 whole year of YouTube Premium for free. A whole year, not a month, a year. This is a great deal. This is basically commercial-free YouTube, and you also get Google Music for free. So think Spotify, think Apple Music. Google Music is going to give you the same thing, but for their version of it for a whole year as well. So you get that all for 1 year combined. Also, as you can see, it's a celebration day. It's a Galaxy Day celebration. The celebration just got louder. Now we'll throw in free pair of wireless Galaxy Buds when you purchase any Galaxy S10 or Note 9 here on Samsung.com by June 8th. So as long as you do this by June 8th, you'll also not only get the 1 year of YouTube Premium, you'll also get the Galaxy Buds, which are really, really cool, completely wireless. Earbuds that charge via USB-C as well, which means you can use the same cable for everything. You can charge these on the back of your Galaxy S10 device. There's a lot of cool things to with that. So if you want to purchase this up, you can right now. Also, if you're gonna get this through Verizon will actually, if you get a Galaxy S10 device, they'll also give you an S10e for free. So nice little deal that's going on here at Samsung.com for Galaxy Day. Let's get into the tech news. The first story of the day is a new color that's coming out again for the Galaxy S10 and S10 Plus. Now we already have Prism White, which basically is a white color and it kind of changes in different lighting settings. They're coming out with Prism Silver at this point, and it'll be exclusive to Hong Kong. And as you can see just from the little image here, it turns silver. It looks like it almost turns like a peach pinkish color, like a blue or a purple, all kinds of cool colors. Again, this color is exclusive to Hong Kong, so if you don't live there, you'll have to import it. Other than that, it's a beautiful color, right? And the last story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy Note 10, not the Pro version that will be coming out. We'll be talking a little bit about that at the end of this show. This is about just the regular Galaxy Note 10. We have some renders of this, and this guy comes from OnLeaks. He's generally always correct, especially with his leaks. Let's check these out. So this phone should be introduced in August, same as the Note 10 Pro, but the Note 10 has some interesting features. So let's start off on the back, where you're going to, so on the front, like we've been seeing in other renders, it will have a centered selfie hole Infinity O. So the camera will sit on the display at the top in the center. The display size will be 6.3 inches in size. As rumors are 6.28. It might still be 6.28, aka 6.3 though, is what they're gonna call it, making it slightly smaller than the panel on the Galaxy Note 9. The renders also show that it will have curved edges on both sides and occupy much of the front panel. Basically, you'll have uniform thin bezels on all four sides, and Samsung will have an in-display fingerprint sensor on this regular Galaxy Note 10. The display should be the same as what we're getting with the S10 Plus, which is an AMOLED, a dynamic AMOLED display with HDR10 Plus and a resolution of 1440 by 3040. On the back, it is made of glass, and it will have a triple camera module, and it won't be center aligned. As you can see, it'll be on the back of the phone, on the left-hand side of the back of the phone. So if you like that, you'll be in very good company with that. But basically, that's going to be kind of what it looks like. Some other key features that are interesting, and we kind of knew this, it is killing off the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, so no headphone jack at all on the Galaxy Note 10 phone. Also, no dedicated Bixby button. So if you're wanting or loving the Bixby button, that has been removed. I'm happy about that one. So no Bixby button. On the left side of the phone now, that's going to be where all the buttons lie. You're going to have the power button and the two volume buttons. And then the right edge of the phone is completely clean slate. Like there's nothing there. It's just, there used to be, buttons on both sides. Now there's not. All the buttons are on one side. At the bottom of the phone, you'll have your speaker grill, an S Pen, microphone, and a Type-C port for charging, which may also double up as a audio jack. The SIM card tray is at the top, alongside another microphone and what looks like an IR blaster, which is kind of interesting because if it does have an IR blaster, you'll be able to use this phone again to control your TV and other appliances that allow you to use an IR blaster. As for the Note 10 Pro, we don't have photos or anything about that, but the rumors are it'll have a 6.75-inch screen, quad rear camera setup, so 4 cameras on the back, a UFS 3.0 storage. I guess the regular Note 10 won't have UFS 3.0 storage, 45-watt fast charging support, and have no buttons and instead have capacitive, pressure-sensitive buttons. We'll see if that ends up happening. There was a rumor it won't, but we'll see if that ends up happening. So some very interesting details that did leak out with these renders for the new Galaxy Note 10. Again, this is not the Pro version. I personally don't think a lot of people are going to buy this version. I think people are still going to want the Pro version. When you think Note, I think you generally want the best, and I think that's what people will buy. Let's get into the tech news. The first story of the day isn't really a story, it's kind of just a foregone conclusion. We talked about the Galaxy Note 10 yesterday. We will talk about the Galaxy Note 10 today and what it looks like. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the Galaxy S11. Now, it's basically a foregone conclusion. If the headphone jack is going to be removed from the Galaxy Note 10 and Note 10 Pro, little spoiler for you, then it'll also be gone from the S11 line of phones. Why wouldn't it? Why would they put it in the S11 but not the Note 10? So if you were excited about the S11 or thinking about not getting the Note 10 because of the headphone jack, then you can almost guarantee it's still going to be gone from the S11 as well, unless there's a huge outcry for it and they like change their mind at the last second, but I highly doubt that's going to happen at this point. So S11 most likely no headphone jack. Next up is about the release date for the Samsung Galaxy Fold. If you forgot what the Galaxy Fold is because it's been so long, it is Samsung's foldable phone that will allow you to open and close the device from a smaller device, 4.5 inches, I believe it was, and then 7.3 when it's completely open. It's basically a small tablet and then like a small phone as well when it's closed, and then open up, like I said, a small tablet. It looks like the release date for that, at least the report that's coming out of Korea, is that it's going to be released in July, so next month, and then they will be holding a press conference of sort to detail the changes that have been made to fix it later this month. So later June we'll have a press conference, and then sometime in July you'd have the release date. Again, that's just a report / rumor that's coming out. We'll see if this ends up happening. But yeah, that's the latest what we have on the Galaxy Fold. And the last story of the day is the renders and what to expect inside of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Pro. If you're upset with the Note 10, you're probably going to be upset with the Note 10 Pro. Now, if you saw my video yesterday on the Galaxy Note 10, the regular version, Galaxy Note 10 Pro is almost identical, at least in physical terms. So starting on the back, you will get 4 cameras, which is going to be the same camera setup as the S10 5G. So 3 cameras like you would get on the regular S10 Plus, and then the 4th camera is a time of flight, which basically improves the live focus photos on there. Also, what you're going to get on the back there is some flashes, and then that's basically it. The front of the phone, you'll get 1 camera. There was a rumor that you'll get 2 cameras on the front, but it looks like you're only going to get 1 single camera, whereas the S10 Plus has 2 cameras. The Note 10 only has 1 camera, so you're going to lose that TOF, again, the time of flight, which improves live focus photos, but shouldn't be a huge deal. Hopefully they improved it with software, but regardless, it only has 1 camera on the front. No buttons on the right-hand side. It does have 3 buttons on the left, should be volume and power, and obviously, since it only has 3 buttons on there, the Bixby button has been completely removed. There's no physical fingerprint scanner, so it will be underneath the display, just like the rest of their phones have been lately. At the bottom of the phone, you will find an S Pen slot, a microphone, a loudspeaker grill, and a Type-C port. The SIM card tray can be seen just over the camera module on the top edge. A secondary microphone is up there, as well as an IR blaster that will help you control different things on like maybe your TV, your air conditioner, things like that. As for the display, it should be 6.75 inches with a dynamic AMOLED display with a resolution of 1440 by 3040, HDR10 plus support, and the processor should be an 855 or 9820 Exynos, depending upon where you live. And it'll also have up to 12 gigabytes of RAM. UFS 3.0 storage and 4500 milliamp battery and 45 watt fast charging. So the way I look at this, it's a great phone, obviously, in terms of the way it looks. I think it looks really nice. It is missing the headphone jack. But other than that, I mean, I think you could really, if you really want a phone right now that's a Samsung and you don't want to wait for the Galaxy Note phone, you'd be perfectly fine getting the S10 phone. It basically, S10 Plus, I should say, the maxed out version. At that point, you're getting basically the same phone that you are there. It's gonna have the same amount of RAM. It's gonna have the same processor, basically the same cameras for the most part. It might not have the IR blaster, but to me, that's not a big deal. Maybe it is to you. It doesn't have the S Pen if you don't use the S Pen. I don't use it a lot, but if you do, if you don't either, then you know what, grab an S10 Plus. I think you're gonna feel the same way in terms of it being a great phone. I don't think you're gonna feel like you're missing out on a lot with that phone. Let's get into the tech news. The first story of the day is OnePlus has pushed out a huge update to the OnePlus 7 Pro, improving the camera pretty massively. Now this update is 9.5.7 and it appears to fix OnePlus 7's Pro Phantom Touch issue and brings more camera improvements. As you can see, look at all these camera improvements. Improved overall contrast and color performance, improved white balance, consistency of triple camera, improved accuracy and stability of autofocusing, fixed issues with greenish tones and noise, improved contrast and color clarity, noise, tons of things in here. Over 10 things. Also within the system, optimized double tap to wake, fixed issue with ambient display, improved the audio quality for voice calls from third-party apps, and improved touch sensitivity for the screen. And then some of the camera samples, look at the difference before and after with the latest update. It's a pretty large improvement. Look at the contrast improvements, like just overall, it's amazing. So thumbs up to OnePlus for really knocking this update out of the park with their phone. And the last story of the day is about the Prism color for the Galaxy S10 Plus, and we've talked about this, I believe it was yesterday, the Prism color. It's a new color coming out. This one specifically is in Vietnam, the version I'm gonna show you, like, cause it's the Park Hang-seo version, and he was a popular soccer player, and now he's like the coach for one of the national teams, I guess, in Vietnam. And the color of this phone from these real life photos changes all kinds of colors. It's a beautiful looking color. It's like yellow on the sides and silver and white and purple and pink and all kinds of different colors. It's really amazing. Also comes with that case, the Park Hang-seo, hopefully I'm saying that right. And it also comes with a wireless battery charger, but overall it looks freaking amazing when you like put it in different lighting settings. Daily, let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5, which will be Samsung's flagship tablet, and it should come out the same time that the Galaxy Note 10 does as well, which should sometime be in either August or September at the very latest. But anyways, it looks like the benchmarks have leaked out for this. We've gotten some interesting things about the specs. So first off, the specs for this should be a Snapdragon 855, which is Qualcomm's best processor out at the moment, and it's also in the Samsung Galaxy S9, and it's also in, or will be, in the Galaxy Note 10, so that's a good thing. The other part of this is that it should have 6 gigabytes of RAM in the Galaxy Tab S5, at least one version of it, which again, good thing. Right now, the Galaxy Tab S4 has 4 gigabytes of RAM. There is a version that has 6, but generally the version most people have only has 4 gigabytes of RAM. So again, two good things on there. And then the benchmark scores, if you were curious, are 3506 for the single core and 9788 for the multi-core score. So if you're a big tablet fan, this should be a fantastic tablet. The Tab S4 is an amazing tablet. A lot of the time you're gonna hear guys with tablets, oh, the Android tablets suck because they don't have apps that are optimized for their usage. Totally not true. Basically every app I use, ever be a game, a music app, video app, or the browser, whatever it is, it works perfectly fine and does not seem awkward at all when using it on a tablet. And the last story of the day is about the Galaxy Note 10 and Note 10 Pro, the official launch date, or when we should actually be able to see this phone in hand at an event, launched, all that. Not an actual release date, but the actual like launch date of this. And coming out of ET News in South Korea is they're saying August 10th. Now August 10th is a Saturday, and I'll put money down, at least in America, that this phone will not launch on August 10th. They don't launch phones on the weekends. They just don't do it. So what I'm thinking is, in America, it's probably August 10th in South Korea. If I remember correctly, they have launched phones like on the weekend days over there, but in America, they will not do that. There's no way. So what they'll end up doing is, most likely, this phone will be launched on August 9th, which is a Friday. Last year, it was on a Thursday, which was August 9th of last year, or it was a Wednesday or a Thursday, but regardless, it's gonna end up being a Thursday or a Friday. So my guess is it's gonna be August 9th, Friday of 2019, this phone will actually launch, not August 10th. But that's coming right up around. We're in, what is it, June, I don't even know, 10th or something right now. Maybe it's, yeah, something like that. So you're looking at July, just 2 months actually before this phone launches. That's right around the corner. So start saving your pennies, start saving your dollars, your yen, whatever currency you're saving in, make sure you do. And let me know in the comments down below, this is your question of the day, which phone are you gonna get? Are you gonna hold off to maybe the S11 or some other phone? I'm gonna get the Note 10 Pro, the maxed out version. Let me know what phone you're going to get. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you down the road. Peace.